Hey guys, welcome back to The Blissful Athlete. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, my name is Sri Nithya. I am an ordained Nityananda Yoga Acharya here, and I live in my Guru's Adinam in Bidadi, India. And I am a direct disciple of his, and I get immensely personal guidance from him on a day-to-day basis. And I have the ability to share with the world a lot of the knowledge and wisdom that he's downloading into me. And so that's really what this channel is about. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, I definitely recommend subscribing and not missing out on any further content. Today's video is talking about the 5 koshas, or the 5 bodies that we have. And you know, when I was first going along my spiritual path, I wasn't quite sure how many bodies there were. It looked like there were 7. Some people say that there's 3 bodies. And so I really wasn't quite sure. And here, though, in Nityananda Yoga, everything that we teach comes from scriptural references. There's an authentic source book coming, or that's guiding us in what we're passing on. And so what I'm teaching today is coming directly from the Taittiriya Upanishad, and this is a very important Upanishad when it's coming to understanding what the human being is, because it's saying that there are 5 different layers to our body. Now, I cannot stress enough the importance of taking care of each one of these bodies, because they all have their own unique substance and their own unique way of maintaining their health and really allowing them to experience their fullest potential. Now, before I get into this video, there's first and foremost a lot of different techniques and methods that you can use and incorporate to improve each body, but I'm just going to cover a few of those in each one. So make sure that you learn about all 5 bodies when you're watching this video. Don't just learn about the physical body and then stop watching, okay? And that's really what the first body is, by the way. It's the physical body, the Mano-Maya Kosha. And we all know this body. It's the one we're used to. It's the one we kind of wake up and only see and experience. And if you're new on the spiritual path, it's basically the only thing that you know. And the Mano-Maya Kosha is one that needs to be maintained, obviously. And the simplest way to do that is through nutrition and eating the right foods, a vegetarian diet, sattvic food that is healthy in nature, purely vegetarian, is protein rich, raw, and obviously completely organic. And when we're talking about diseases and illnesses within Mano-Maya Kosha, it's coming from the lack of proper nutrition. It's coming from foods that are inorganic, that are chemical in nature, plastic, full of pesticides. All of these different types of foods destroy the physical body, and ultimately it manifests diseases. Stay tuned until you hear the 4th layer of your body, because it's going to show you how it's not just the physical body that manifests diseases, but it's actually something else that's coming later. Now, the second body is the Prana-Maya Kosha, the life force energy body. And if you know about auras and you can kind of maybe see some energy in some people, this is the body that you're seeing. It's the prana within the being that is really radiating through them if they are very high in consciousness. And this is one of the most important bodies, because if there's no prana in the body itself, then the physical body will die. That's why it's called the life force energy. If there's no life force flowing through you, it does not matter if you have a perfectly healthy physical body. It's like there's no electricity to keep the computer on. The life force energy is absolutely key to maintaining a good overall health and really experience yourself to the fullest and radiate higher states of consciousness. To maintain the life force energy body, we have to make sure that we're engaging and increasing our level of prana. And that can happen in a lot of different ways. Even the foods that we eat carry life force energy. But one common way that we all understand is through the breath. The breath is like the truck that is carrying the prana within its truckload into the body. And if you notice, a lot of human beings today, they have something that's called shallow breathing, meaning you'll have a very low breathing capacity. Like you won't have a deep lung expansion when you're breathing. And what happens there is there's no prana flowing through the entire body because of such shallow breathing. One cool story, my guru was asked one time by a disciple. They were like, "Swamiji, how do I get enlightenment? I want to experience enlightenment." And all my guru said was, take 1,000 deep breaths in the morning, just going, and that's how you can experience it. That's how you can develop a yogic body, he said. And that's all it takes, deep breathing. But it's something so simple that we do not do. We just carry shallow breathing continuously throughout our days. And so one powerful technique is making sure that you're taking long, deep breaths, and at the time known as Brahma Muhurta, and that is between roughly 3:30 and 5:30 a.m., which varies, but it's before the sunrise, when the prana is like most supple in the air, where you can inhale and really retain as much prana as possible. Now you want to, just like I said, retain the prana. You don't want to release the prana energy out of you, and that is something to be careful with, because there's a lot of people that do suck our energy. They're negative individuals that really draw from us. Acts such as sexual intercourse, which removes the semen within you. The semen is literally a life-creating energy. And so that life-creating energy now being pushed outside of you, if you kept that within you, it's regenerating within you, making you a much more powerful being. So reducing the sexual intercourse and reducing being around people that are really drawing the energy from you. Now the third body is the Mano-Maya Kosha, the thought energy body. And the average human being today, I've said this before, has roughly 70,000 thoughts a day. We're constantly thinking a lot of thoughts. Roughly 75% of those are negative. So for every 4 negative thoughts you have, you're just having 1 positive thought. All of these thoughts are being carried and stored within you, within a part of your body, the thought energy body. And so it's very important that we cleanse this body also. And the technique that is given for this by Sadashiva himself, scriptural reference, is called the Samskara Dahana Kriya. And I won't speak too much on it, but it's basically a completion process where you're really going down to the root of some issues that you're experiencing in your life that are the cause of fear, stress, worries, anxiety. And when you relive them, it dissipates that thought current. And that thought current is now leaving this body, and it's cleansing this body. It's a very powerful technique for you to make sure that the thought energy body is clean and healthy. Now the fourth body is the Maya Kosha. And as I alluded to at the beginning of this video, this body has the ability to manifest in the physical form as diseases. That's because this body is known as the intellect body, and it is actually getting its information from outside of you. So what I mean by that is your DNA structure is designed not to just be a blueprint on its own and just manifest and build a certain structure within the body, but it actually can receive information, and then from that information now structure a body aligned to that information it's receiving. And this is called epigenetics in the modern science community. The ability to receive conscious information and then allow it to manifest in the physical form. This is the power of the mind, the power of consciousness for us to create the reality we want, which also includes the physical body. This is why it's so important that you set a sankalpa, an intention, before moving the physical body in a yogic practice, because your consciousness is not only manifesting life around you, it is really designing your DNA structure to manifest a body in whatever way that you're choosing. Now the problem is we are manifesting the bodies that we currently have, the bodies that we don't want, based off of a lot of thought patterns and thought currents that we are not aware of. And so the intellect body is really the most difficult body to cleanse, but also the most important one to do so. And the way to do this is by connecting to the divine, connecting to that higher state of consciousness without us, but it is also within us. And the best way to do that is through what's known as puja, offering gratitude to the divine, to Paramashiva, Sadashiva, the creator of the cosmos. When we get into that deep space, melting with connection to God, to the divine, that is what's going to help cleanse this intellect body. Now the fifth and final body is known as the Maya Kosha, the bliss body. And this is really the body that we're all trying to get to and experience. And if you've ever tasted a moment of just extreme bliss and joy and excitement, or love for life or gratitude for life, it's because you've somehow pierced through every other body, and now you're just connecting to the deepest component of yourself. And this is really what every enlightened master, every spiritual teacher is trying to guide us to, bringing us through all of these patterns that are within us and get us to that state of Ananda, bliss. And that's exactly what my guru is trying to do also with entire humanity. His very name, Nitya Ananda, eternal bliss. He's here to guide us to this state of body that is us, and to our deepest core is our true nature. Now, it's unfortunate that like a lot of different gurus and enlightened masters, when they're here in the body, such as Jesus, you look at Paramahamsa Yogananda, all of these different spiritual masters, even the Dalai Lama, they all get condemned and really attacked by the public based off of a lot of their teachings. And it's a shame, because these individuals are literally trying to guide you in to your most deepest and blissful core. And so if you really want to experience that, then I highly recommend listening to spiritual masters. Follow my guru online. He has amazing content to help guide you continuously back to that space of Ananda, the Mano-Maya Kosha, which we are all truly seeking to experience. And if you want to experience the most fulfilling and blissful state possible, then the best way to do that is through a powerful morning routine. And I've done a video on this before, talking about the importance of waking up during Brahma Muhurta, cleansing the body properly, performing the yogic ritual of asanas. That could be on the Shiva Stamba, the yoga, the pole yoga, or the Kundalini Raju, the rope yoga, or the yoga on the mat. All of these different versions and components of Nityananda Yoga are designed to guide you to that higher state of consciousness. Following that up with the puja, the offering to the divine, the immense state of gratitude that you get to experience. And then beyond that, also taking you into a deep space of listening, by listening to the spiritual truths, the satsang from an enlightened master. And what we do here is, of course, listen to His Divine Holiness Paramahamsa Nityananda. And so this is a really powerful way to clean all five bodies and bring you to your highest state of consciousness. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit longer than most of mine, and so I really, I hope you stuck in and tagged along the whole way. If you did, leave me a comment down below and let me know that you lasted throughout the entire video. I greatly appreciate you watching. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and click subscribe if you have not yet done so. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, be blissful.